Yeah, comes with a high level of experience throughout Europe. It's one of those guys that are going to come in and make immediate impact. He's played some of the biggest clubs throughout Europe, and so we need a little bit more scoring punch with Wardenberg out for how long we're going to find out that later today. But no, excited to get Andrew on board.
Yeah, and obviously you touched on Sam. Disappointing to have him miss the early part of the season.
Yeah, random little injury, the smallest of things that he's had to go on for surgery yesterday for. So we'll find out what his return to play timeline is like. But the good thing is we've got a lot of depth, so we'll cover for him while he's out.
And obviously, the flip side of Andrew Andrews obviously missing out on Ashton. Disappointing to not have him part of the team this year.
Well, it's the industry, it's the business, and so out with one, in with the other, and Andrews is a different player, and he's going to bring a lot more scoring than Ashton was, which is kind of what we need now while Waterberg's out for a stretch.
Sure, and look, obviously, preparation now ahead of round one. Obviously, fair to say maybe a disjointed kind of pre-season, obviously with the amount of guys that have come in and out and the late signings, I suppose. Do you feel like it's still been a good pre-season and the boys are ready to go for round one?
It's been a great pre-season. It's been disjointed for multiple teams for multiple reasons. The FIBA Asia Cup, right? We didn't get a couple of guys in until late because of the FIBA Asia Cup. Rain obviously came in hurt from that, and his return to play timeline, for example, has been great. So he's been doing a great job managing his body, and the medical team's done a great job bringing him through that. So he'll be ready for round one. But from the things that you can control, it's been outstanding.
Is Andrews a player you've had your eye on for a while?
Yeah, we actually did look at him early on in the off-season. He had a couple of commitments that ruled him out from coming in early. And so now, just by coincidence and timing, we're back on the market looking to fill that import guard spot and checking in with him. And, there was movements for him potentially to go to China, which, their season doesn't start till mid-October. So we tried to swoop in when we did, and were rather successful in getting him. So no, it's going to be great to get him down here.
Yeah, okay. And just how you were with Admiral, called him one of your ready-made diamonds. Would you kind of view Andrews in that same kind of level?
I think, again, like the NBL is a good league, but Andrews has played in some pretty tough leagues. Europe Cup, Europe League. He suited up for Panathinaikos, which is probably one of the largest clubs outside of the NBA. There's a guy that understands what professional basketball is about. He's got 10 years of really good experience under his belt. This is not just some ringing guide, hopefully to fill a void. This is going to be an immediate impact player. So I don't know from my own experience in coaching if I've had someone with this level of experience throughout Europe, throughout his entire career, coming on board. I'm excited to get Andrews just because I think he's going to make my job a little bit easier just having him on the floor.
Yeah, awesome. And your members' day over the weekend, how did that go?
Yeah, really good. The boys were actually really getting amongst it and helping out, handing out the membership packs. And, again, like we've got some real personalities in the group, so it was good to see them sort of just get amongst the community and the fan base and be involved with kids shooting hoops or, some of the older members sitting at the table and just having a bit of a yarn and talking about anything and everything. No, it was good. We've got a good group that understands the connection between the club and the community. So I think they did a good job of making sure that everybody really enjoyed the day.
Obviously, the last time we saw the boys on court was back in the NBL Blitz. How does the squad kind of look? How do you feel about how the squad's come together since that last hit out that we all saw publicly, I suppose?
Yeah, really good. Again, it's been disruptive, right? Because Rain Smith, for example, is going to come in and play a lot of minutes round one, but he hasn't played any preseason games. And so the squad's come along really, really well. Again, it's been a productive couple of weeks, especially since the Blitz on the floor. Everybody who is available is in really good shape. So we're just going to keep logging those reps on the training court and then obviously roll the balls out and looking forward to playing.
Obviously saw at the end of that last game against Jack's old club, the Jack Jumpers. He obviously had the ball in his hands late in that game to tie the game up. Is that something that in close games you're going to be looking to Jack to lean on as an option to when you need a shot like that?
And I think at any point of the game, Jack's going to take those type of shots, whether it's in the first quarter or near the end. So look, he's got a career of making some big shots and some big plays. We're going to rely on that, and that's why we brought him in to do exactly that. But this is the cool thing about this lineup is when you got one option taken away, like Jack, if he's doubled or has to move the ball on because he's defended or denied, we've got Sco, we've got Rain. We've got a lot of guys that are able to make those big-time plays. If one option's taken away, we'll have a flow-on effect from that.
Obviously, round 1 against South East Melbourne, what do you make of the matchup?
Yeah, good. Excited to get down there. Well coached, well drilled, good balance in the roster. It's the first good hit out.
You're obviously excited about the roster you've got, and that's one of the reasons you've come back to coach this season. But how do you see the team fitting in with the NBL that just keeps getting better and better and better each year? Will we know straight away if we're a championship sort of potential there, or is it going to take a little bit of time with this new roster?
Oh, we feel like we're championship potential now. Try and convince anyone in that locker room that we're not. So I don't think I need to do too much convincing of the guys. They know where they sit and what they want to achieve and get after. Again, I don't think we've had to worry about what anyone else is doing. We're worried about what we're doing. And I walk away from every day working with these guys with a huge level of confidence. This is probably the first time in a long time that I'm rolling to a game this weekend where I'm actually just excited to get out and let these boys hoop.